Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with women's basketball captain Shelbi Hendricks, women's track and field captain Leigh Dannhauser, and men's basketball junior Clay McLean. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Women's swimming won the program's 24th ODAC championship, capturing the title at the Greensboro Aquatic Center. 17 swimmers earned all-conference honors at the meet. The wrestling team scored its first dual meet win of the season, defeating Gettysburg while falling to Stevens in Hoboken, New Jersey. In track and field, the women took 3 of the top 7 spots in the pole vault, while first-year Ian McDonald placed 3rd overall in the 3,000 meters at Christopher Newport. Baseball opened up the season with a doubleheader split at Greensboro, falling 2-1 in the opener, but bouncing back to win the nightcap 7-4. In its first 2 meets of the spring, riding finished 4th at the Randolph-Lynchburg Invitational and 5th at Sweetbriar. Men's basketball dropped to 64-52 home decision to Guilford, while the women fell 72-55 on the road against Roanoke. With me now is Shelbi Hendricks, sophomore basketball captain from Louisville. Shelbi, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Sophomore captain is not a very common phrase in sports. What does it mean to you to have a leadership role in your second year with the program?
It's really meant a lot. Coming out of my first season, knowing that my coaches and my teammates had that faith in me, it's been a really great experience from that. And I've had a great role model with Annie as another captain, and Coach Clancy and Pam. So I've been really lucky, and it's been a really great experience.
The team had a rough start to January, especially in the offensive end, but you're averaging about 63 points over your last 7 games. What has prompted the offensive improvement?
Over the past few weeks, we've really got some consistency within our lineup. We struggled with some injuries in the beginning of the season especially, and so having the chance to play together, start to learn each other's strengths, and put each other in really good positions, that's really helped our execution. We've also had some people just step up and have really big games, which has opened up the floor and really improved our efficiency.
You've got a pretty difficult stretch to close the regular season. It may have been made tougher by some weather-related postponements this week. 3 of the top 4 teams in the ODAC still on the schedule. What do the Generals need to do to meet those challenges?
We talk a lot with the coaches and as a team about controlling the controllables, doing the things that we can always do no matter where we are, no matter what game it is. So, always playing defense, always talking, boxing out, things like that. So as long as we focus on those things over the next couple weeks, then I think we can really have some success and gain some great momentum going into the conference tournament.
We've talked on the show with Coach Clancy and with Wesley Vick about how young this team is, no seniors on the roster. What are your expectations for the Generals over the next couple of years?
The expectations for us for the next couple of years are definitely really high. Having no seniors, we've gotten to learn a lot this year, and we've really been working hard to just keep improving for the future. Every game's a chance to figure something else out and fix something that we're doing wrong. So I think that, as long as we keep improving and keep working, then what we can do in the next couple years is just, it's a really great opportunity for us.
Shelbi, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
With me now is Leigh Dannhauser, senior track and field captain from Bronxville, New York. Leigh, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is Dana Freeman's first year at the helm of the women's program here at Washington and Lee. How have you been able to use your position as captain to help ease that transition?
Honestly, I didn't really do anything. There was a mutual respect from both sides. We just kind of got down to business, so it was a seamless transition.
You're 4 events into the indoor season. There have already been a lot of new school records set, many other notable performances. How pleased have you been with the first month of the indoor season?
I'm so excited. I mean, the season is short enough as it is, and so we only have a couple weeks left until the championship, so hopefully this trend just continues.
You mentioned the ODAC championship. It's moving to a new venue in Hampton this year. What are the team's goals for the conference meet?
I think just win. It's going to be like last year. It was 2 points was the difference in indoor last year, and I think it's going to be another tight race. I think Lynchburg is going to be up there too. So I think if we execute the way that we were able to, we'll be happy, and hopefully the title will come with it.
You've got the Washington holiday coming up next week. How will the team use the academic break to prepare for the ODAC meet?
I think it's just going to be a great way to just recuperate a little bit. Mental break, a little bit of physical break. We usually have that week be our final preparations for ODACs because it's usually the Friday of that break. But with a week later, we'll use it to get additional practice and go hard.
Leigh, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
I'm joined now by Clay McLean, junior basketball player from Charlotte. Clay, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You've set career highs for points, assists, steals, and rebounds, or matched those career highs over the last 4 games. How have you been able to work your way back into the rotation?
The haircut. Well, no. It was actually a combination of things. I would have to say Coach Hutchinson for never giving up on me, and also I never gave up on myself. And I just kept working hard and kept staying focused on what needed to be accomplished to keep moving forward as a team and as an individual. So I think both of those things together helped.
What makes this year's Washington and Leigh team different from any other team you've been a part of?
Well, this year the team has a lot of resiliency, obviously, because this year hasn't gone the way that we've hoped it to go. And as well, we've got a lot of hard work ethic. On any other team that's gone, or that season has gone as bad as ours has, record-wise, any other team would have given up or the players would have turned on each other. But we don't have that, and we're still working to get better and move forward. So that's definitely something I've never experienced before on a basketball team.
You start a 3-game road trip this weekend, then you come back home to face conference-leading Randolph-Macon. How can the Generals have success against such a tough stretch to close the regular season?
Well, if we just do what we're supposed to do and play the way that we're supposed to play and defend and rebound and take care of the ball, then we should be all right. In every game so far this year, we've been in. It's been a 1 or 2 possession game, so we've just got to make the right decisions coming down the stretch, and we should be fine.
What qualities will make Washington and Leigh a dangerous team to face so when the ODAC tournament begins?
Those same qualities I just mentioned earlier. We're very resilient and very hardworking. And like I said, in the ODACs, it's one game. You just have to win, and you take one game at a time, and we can surprise people coming in because we play the right way and we play hard.
Clay, thanks for joining us here. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you for having me.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. Men's swimming heads to Charlotte for the Bluegrass Mountain Conference Championship meet at the Mecklenburg Aquatic Center, with competition running from Friday through Sunday. Men's tennis begins ODAC play with a Friday night match at Virginia Wesleyan. On Saturday, wrestling wraps up the regular season with a tri-match on the road against Ursinus and host Muhlenberg. Women's lacrosse opens its campaign at home against Christopher Newport, while the men will face the captains in Newport News. Women's basketball hits the road for an ODAC matchup at Lynchburg, and the men's team travels to Hampton-Sydney. Also on Saturday, riding competes in the Bridgewater Invitational. Baseball heads to Marymount for a Sunday doubleheader, and women's tennis visits Virginia Wesleyan. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.